today with a book about bubbles. Sorry, I just stepped out and the way the day has gone. So we're going to start with the book about bubbles, and then we are going to show you how to do the crafts that are in your take and make. I do have a couple of take and makes, so at the end I will tell you how to come and pick those up today if you would like to. So this book is called Bubbles. I'm going to step up and Corinne's going to make sure that you can all see the book. And here we go. Kangaroo loved to blow bubbles. One day she saw some mysterious bubbles. See, hers were blue and these are yellow. So she followed the bubble trail and found Koala. "Hello," said Kangaroo. Koala didn't say hello. Koala climbed a tree instead. I think Koala's shy. "Hello," Kangaroo called. Koala still didn't say a word. She took out a pinwheel. Koala didn't want that either. Kangaroo took a lollipop out of her pocket. Koala didn't want it. "Bother," said Kangaroo, slowly walking away. Kangaroo sat down to think and blow bubbles. Soon some bubbles floated by it again. Kangaroo and Koala blew friendly bubbles to each other. Oh, that seems to be helping Koala not be so shy. They blew small bubbles and big bubbles, crocodile bubbles and tiger bubbles. It was a happy bubble party. Suddenly, the bubbles began to stick together, and they grew bigger and bigger and even bigger. The bubbles had turned into a great big bubble monster, and it was heading right towards Kangaroo. "Yikes," squawked Koala. "Help," squealed Kangaroo. All of a sudden, Koala felt brave. "Let's go get that bubble monster," said Koala. See what they're doing? They're popping the bubbles. Those must be some pretty good bubbles, because I've never seen bubbles last that long. Pop! Pop, 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 pop. Kangaroo and Koala looked around. The bubble monster was gone. "Hello," said Kangaroo. "Hello," said Koala. Kangaroo had bubble gum in her pocket. And they blew bubbles happily ever after. So they switched from their soap bubbles to their bubble gum bubbles. Now, I didn't put any bubble gum in your take and make today, but I did put lots of fun bubble stuff. So we're going to start with Miss Rosalie, who's going to show you how to make a couple of different bubble wands, and then we'll come back over to me to show you a couple of other things.
Hi everybody. So in your kits you're going to have a couple of different materials that you get to put together. You've got some pieces of pool noodle, straws, pipe cleaners, and even beads. Okay? So with your straws, you can make long or short bubble blowers. And I'll show you kind of how this works. You dip one end in and then blow out, and all these tiny bubbles came out. So you've got your straws, and you're going to want to put a little group together, and you can either cut them in half to make it short or leave them long, and then just use a piece of tape and wrap it around an end, like that. And if you want to have it long, you might want some more tape on the other end, and it will look like this. Okay? And so your long ones will also blow lots of little bubbles. Ooh, gotta get enough bubble soap. Okay. Now with your pipe cleaners, you can make different shapes, and you can decorate them with the beads. So to do that, we'll take a pipe cleaner, nice and straight, grab a bead, and I'll put the bead on the pipe cleaner, bend the pipe cleaner around, and kind of tuck it back inside the bead, like a little circle. hole, and then the bead is tied on to your pipe cleaner. And you can do that a couple of times, wherever you'd like the beads to go. And then you can make the other end of the pipe cleaner the wands that you dip in the bubble soap. So let's see how that looks. Get it nice and soapy. Whoop, that popped fast. And there you go, you can get more bubbles that way. And the third one with the pool noodles, you can use some scissors. You might want some grown-ups' help. You're just gonna kind of poke a little hole in the pool noodle, and then you can stick these strong paper straws right in that hole, okay? And when you dip that into the bubble solution, you can just blow. I'm not having very good luck right now. And bubbles will come out. And if you blow fast, you get more bubbles. If you blow slow, you can get a really giant bubble. All right, have fun.
All right, everyone. So a couple more bubble activities, not necessarily bubble wands, but let me show you what else is in your kit as well. So there is your own little bubble wand here. It's got a bubble solution as well as a wand in there. We also gave you a shaped wand. Those are just kind of play with, and a little tiny one, which we're going to use here in just a minute. We also gave you a bottle of water. Now, you're going to want to drink the bottle of water before you do our next activity. But you have a bottle of water in there, and you have a couple of rubber bands. Now, what you'll need from home is you're going to need some dish soap and some water in some kind of a container. And you're going to need a sock. I would just use like an old sock because we're going to, if it's a longer one, you'll need to cut it. If it's a shorter one, it might fit just fine. And then you're also going to need some food coloring, okay? So we're going to do two different activities here. The first one we're going to do is a bubble snake. And this is what our final product is going to look like. Mine happens to have googly eyes on it. You do not need to put googly eyes on it. That is a long story. So this is what we're going to make. So we're going to take our water bottle and we need to cut the bottom off, okay? So this one we definitely want an adult to help you, okay? Because it's a little tricky. But once you get it started, you're going to cut that bottom all the way off and you're going to take the lid off. Now you're also going to cut your sock because mine is a little too long. So I'm going to cut my sock. And we're going to take the sock and put it over the bottom of the bottle, okay? So it covers it like this. And the rubber bands are just to hold it in place. Now, I found that this does not work real well with bubble solution. So what you need to do is about a cup of water, and we're just going to do a squirt of soap. Hopefully that's enough. I'm going to mix it up a little bit with my finger. And then you're going to take your snake blower. You're going to get it in there and make sure it gets nice and wet. And then you're going to blow through it. And you get a bubble snake. So you can put it down close to the ground. Notice it needs more. Woo! I made all kinds of crazy bubbles there. Now, if you want, you can add some food coloring to that so that you have a colorful snake, but you don't have to because it looks kind of cool like that. All right, the other one we're going to do is we're going to paint with bubbles. So this is kind of what it's going to look like when we're done. But we're just going to take a regular bubble solution. I'll tell you here at the library we use gazillion bubbles because they're like awesome. So, but any bubble solution will work. And then I'm going to take a little bit of food coloring. Just a drop is all you need. And I'm going to put it in the bubble solution that I already have in here. And I'm going to mix it up. And you can use something other than your finger if you want to. This came from just uses your fingers all the time. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but the bubble solution is nice and blue. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take any bubble wand that you want to, and you can put this down on the ground or down on the table and blow at it. I'm gonna put it up so that you can see, hopefully, what's happening. You're just gonna blow bubbles at it. Maybe. It's a little hard to see. I'll come a little closer. But as the bubbles pop, they're leaving paint. So that one's a fairly small bubble wand. I can do it with something that's just a little bit bigger. See if we get some bigger ones. I'm having troubles too, Miss Rosalie, getting bubbles out of here. So you can see, sorry, it's a little hard to see. It's probably a little easier if you're doing it towards the table because then the bubbles can really kind of get on there. It's a little harder when it's doing it up on top. Let me try holding it together. You'll also get more drips this way, which adds to it. So, a little bit more. So the other thing that you could do is if you were done with the blue, you could always add a little bit of red, and that's going to give you purple, which is how I got the purple on this one. Or you can start with a new set of bubbles and just do a new color. And I used a paper plate just because it's a little stiffer. So if you have some stiffer paper, that would work as well, or a paper plate works. All right, that's what we have for you today. We're going to have Miss Corinne wheel the camera back. We're going to turn our bubbles back on and our lights off so that we can dance just a little bit more as we say goodbye.